Young and the Restless spoilers reveal Amy hasn't been back to Genoa City in years, and this time, when she comes to Nate, it seems like things won't be the same. When she stands on his doorstep, Nate is surprised to see her with a pale face, her eyes filled with worry and determination. They used to be old friends, perhaps quite close friends, but Nate has never seen Amy with such an urgent look on her face. Amy quickly sits down and without hesitation, she reveals a secret she has kept hidden for years, a truth that leaves Nate stunned. In that moment, Nate is stunned, unable to believe what he just heard. He tries to stay calm, but his mind is spinning in confusion. Amy continues to tell her story, a dark story that she has kept hidden all her life. She explains that, when she left Genoa City years ago, she discovered she was pregnant with Nathan Hastings Sr.'s child, a secret affair, an accident that happened in a moment of weakness. But instead of revealing the truth, Amy decided to keep it a secret and convince the man she loved at the time, Jackson, that he was the father. The years of hiding the truth. When Jackson accepted his role as the child's father, Amy thought she had done the right thing by providing a peaceful family for her son, Damien. They lived in a different world, a world without Nathan Hastings' interference, without any ties to Genoa City. And as time passed, Amy thought the truth could stay hidden forever. But tragedy struck when Jackson died, and Amy realized that her life was about to end due to leukemia. Now, facing her own impending death, Amy regrets having hidden the truth for so long. She didn't want Damien to feel alone after she was gone. And that brought her to Nate's door, hoping he could help her close the family connection. Amy admitted that she had tried to contact Damien, but to no avail. She revealed to Nate that Damien had a habit of disappearing in moments of sadness, isolating himself from the world. This loss of contact had left Amy heartbroken and worried that after she died, Damien would have no family left. She hoped that Nate would help her find Damien, tell him the truth, and let him know that he wasn't alone, that he had a brother in Nate. Nate's heart sank as he heard Amy's story. It felt like his entire life had suddenly been turned upside down by things he had never thought of. But when Amy asked him for help, he found himself unable to come up with an answer right away. Still, it was shocking news. How could he possibly accept the idea that he had a brother he never knew he had? It was even harder when he couldn't be sure that Amy was telling the whole truth. Amy looked at him with pleading eyes, but also gave him space to think, and then left, leaving Nate with mixed emotions. She knew that, with Nate's kind nature, he certainly wouldn't refuse to help. But had Amy really told him everything? Were there other secrets hidden deep within her story? A few weeks ago, Amy had summoned Nate to give him some of Nathan Hastings Sr.'s belongings, saying that she wanted to return everything that belonged to him. Nate remembered that moment, when she not only gave him the mementos but also seemed to be observing him very closely. She asked about his work, his life, and his relationships with those around him. Nate began to wonder if Amy was trying to determine if he could be a good brother, a positive influence on Damien. And if that was true, why did Damien need a positive influence so badly? Maybe Damien had a rough life. Maybe he had spent years in pain and loneliness, and that had led to his habit of disappearing without a trace. Nate wondered how someone who had grown up without knowing that he had a brother, without knowing that he had another family, would react to the sudden revelation of this truth. Nate was still lost in his chaotic thoughts when he realized that Amy had stood up and was about to leave. Before she walked out the door, she turned back and gave him a long look, as if expecting a promise, a commitment. She didn't say anything more, just reminded him that she hoped he would make up his mind soon before it was too late. As Amy leaves, Nate continues to lose himself in thought, wondering if he can put his current worries aside and search for his brother. He thinks about Damien, a young man who might feel alone, thinking he's the only one left in his family. Nate wants to find the truth, not just for Amy, but for himself, for someone he never knew. Subscribe to Y&R for the latest updates.